Transgender prisoners with a history of violence are to be sent to male prisons unless there's compelling evidence they don't present a risk to other prisoners in a women's jail.
The new policy from the Scottish Prison Service follows a review lasting several years and a number of high-profile cases. Opponents say the risk assessments are too subjective and female inmates could be put in danger. Here's our senior reporter, Gordon Cree.
It's nearly a year since the case of Adam Graham, also known as Isla Bryson. After being convicted of 2 rapes, the 31-year-old was initially sent to Corndon Vale Women's Prison while awaiting sentence. Today, an assurance that has changed.
The new policy sets out very clearly that anyone who is current or has previously been a risk or a threat to women and girls would not be moved into the women's estate. They will be moved into the male estate and assessments undertaken in the male estate.
The policy is completely lacking in detail. We don't know what the criteria are. We don't know who will be making that decision. And ultimately, it's framed around what is right for the man who identifies as a woman. It's not on the basis of what's right for women in prison, who are among the most vulnerable people in society.
There are currently almost 8,000 inmates in our prisons. The latest figures show there are 23 transgender prisoners in Scotland. 4 of them are trans men. 1 is kept in the men's estate and 3 in the women's estate. And there are 19 trans women, with 12 in the men's estate and 7 in the women's estate. While the new policy should avoid incidents like the Bryson case prior to a risk assessment being done, as part of the process, prisoners will be able to say which gender they identify with and request to be housed somewhere in accordance with that. At a conference in Edinburgh, women's campaigners, including a former prison governor, called for a blanket ban on those with convictions for violence being in women's prisons.
If you look at what's happened in England, that's exactly what's happened. They've also gone further and said that no person with intact male genitalia can go to the female estate, and this policy has completely failed to address that at all.
Apart from anything else, if something is single sex, it should be single sex. It shouldn't be mixed sex. One person in there makes it mixed sex.
The Justice Secretary has said the new policy respects the rights of transgender people and the welfare of other prisoners and staff. Our request for an interview with her was declined. Gordon Cree, STV News, Edinburgh.
To other stories.